In a somewhat shocking turn of events, the Battle Axe Coalition, along with several other criminals, have escaped what was thought to be impenetrable fortress.
God damn it, the moment I thought we got rid of them, they just had to break out to wreak more havoc.
Jericho, what's making you so pissed?
The coalition have escaped the quote, unbreakable complex.
I don't really know why you're so surprised. Of course something like this was gonna happen.
It was supposed to be impossible to escape from the complex, and they somehow did it.
Take it from my cousins, villains in the city have a history of defying the odds.
Not in that kind of situation. Just look at Derek. He hasn't attempted to break free since his big arrest.
I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about every other time.
And what do you mean by that specifically?
You see, these villains don't have a sense of giving up. Unless the police put them in a position where escape is pretty much impossible, they'll still find some sort of way. And before you talk about the PRSION being indestructible, there will still be some way to damage the facility and cause a breakout anyway.
Well, I guess you're right.
So yeah, as much as you and I are unhappy about this, we gotta accept the fact that this is inevitable.
You guys heard the news.
Oh, that the coalition escaped. I'm pretty sure everyone and their mama knows that.
No, we're not talking about them. We're talking about our plan.
How many times do we have to repeat our rules?
Better be glad the door's closed, otherwise we'd be in the prison.
Finally someone remembers our guidelines. Doesn't matter if trees a door or not, I'm not trying to become public enemy number one, but yes, it's nice to see our gang free from the police, and, of course, those other industry plants. And with Roderick setting up our newest plans, we can inevitably start our new renaissance. So, what's this talk you want to have with me?
If you haven't been hearing from me enough already, it's about your leadership.
Wow, we could have seen that one coming.
The fact you're acting so oblivious to it is just sad. Now, let me start by saying this, I don't think you're a bad leader by any means. You're at the very least competent, and your experience as a co-leader helps a good bit.
So, what's your problem?
Two major things, planning and lack of focus.
I don't really see anything wrong with those two.
Every day, I regret giving up my leader position and well, since you're so blind to this, I'll tell you right here. For the planning part, you always go into missions with no specific plan, just sending people in and seeing what sticks, no coordination whatsoever. What I would do instead, is try to arrange our attacks, instead of sending us out with nothing. Not to mention, we got to increase our training more.
Look, the reason that I don't plan or train for our attacks is because no one's gonna have the balls to challenge us, and their weakness also plays our part.
It still pisses me off that you forgot all about our past blunders.
Don't say what I think you're gonna say.
Our lack of preparations bit us in the ass numerous times.
How many times do I have to reiterate this? I'm tired of your paranoid ass rants.
Look at what happened with your encounter with Zarin. No preparations led to your receding down.
God, that was a one-in-a-million encounter. Nothing like that has been replicated since.
That kind of encounter should be used to fix our strategy to fend off our rivals, especially here, where the entire city has beef with us.
Again, they don't have the power, nor even the status, to combat us.
That's not always what our rivals use. Take the Riichismen. They are using mind tactics to try and get Hiko in their sphere of influence.
Not too worried about that element. After all, given how long Hiko's been in this coalition, it should be next to impossible to get him out.
Well, he's still very fragile, even with all the manipulation tactics I used.
Any reason why I'm being mentioned?
You should really tell him the truth at some point.
Alright, enough with the long talk. What would I do to stop this big ring?
Just plan our attacks better, and focus more on our rivals, and I'll be accepting of your leader position. If you don't fix these issues, I'll reduce your authority, or outright take it away. After all, I gave you the leader position. I can easily take it back.
Alright, fine. I'll stick to your rules, boss.
That's my student.
Come on, Jar, you really had to do me like that, practically abandoning me throughout the entirety of that police brawl?
No matter how much time passes, it still kind of amazes me that pissed you off so much.
Damn right that pissed me off. I was essentially just left to rot. with next to no help in case something happens.
Look, Zeddy, me leaving you by yourself should be a way of training you. You can just rely on me for every little thing.
Now how would this be considered training, if I'm being left alone with no guidance?
So, if you want to become the most dangerous criminal, the worst you can do is piggyback off of someone else. Instead, you should form your own identity separate from said person. While yes, you still need a good mentor like myself for the training, but eventually, you gotta start using the training, and put your own spin on it. Just look at Hieronymus. He evolved so much after chartsmanship that I almost forget that he was originally the leader, and almost felt like he was one of his goons. And with Hieronymus being your nemesis, take his strategy, and turn it into your own, like you've done pretty consistently before.
I mean, it's not super hard for that to happen, but my connection to the person that practically saved me from killing myself is just as strong.
Well, that's exactly what we're gonna be working on. From here on out, I'll be teaching you how to pursue missions on your own, until I believe that you're fully ready to start your solo ventures.
Sounds promising enough. We'll see how it all ends up.
That's more like it. I like how he doesn't even realize that I just want to let go without him holding me back, especially given what I was doing at that complex.
Alright Reichsman, after our victory against the Coalition, I wanna hear your thoughts on how we can do it again. This time, not a police competition.
I don't really know why you're asking this question. Our current strategy is good enough.
He's probably asking this because of how the last encounter went.
Exactly. Anyways, raise your hand if we should keep the current strat. Yeah, Yukandin was right. We really shouldn't change the
I beg to differ.
Alright Diederik, what idea do you have instead?
I'm done with just doing mind tricks. We've got to stop barking and start fighting.
Do you think Heiko and Eleanor are vulnerable enough for us to start fully attacking?
I'm not talking about that aspect. I'm saying that attacking can still work just as effectively.
So what you're saying is that an all-out assault can still be a way to get those two on our side?
Pretty much.
Well, I doubt it's gonna be the viable at the moment.
Alright then, give me a good reason why.
You see, Heiko and Eleanor have been under the Coalition's control for so long, that if we tried to attack now, they would be even more hesitant to take our side than they already are.
Moran's right. We should stay away from an all-out attack for a long while.
Didn't expect you to be the voice of reason.
I'm as shocked as you are.
Just wait till I prove you all wrong.
We'll be waiting a long time then.
Alright men, after we got humbled during our escape, it's time we change our planning style.
Alright then, we'll start deciding our options.
Actually, you're not gonna decide anything.
Wait, what?
The fact that you're so surprised about this is actually sad.
Since you're saying all that, what's the reason then?
Christ, you all are fucking slow. It's because of all our past failures.
And since we already followed most of yours already, it's time we get a shot for an actual good plan.
What? Like teaming up with the
That was your idea.
I only forgot because of how many times you said it.
Anyways, it's not gonna be that. Instead, it will be something with less intervention.
In other words, we're gonna stop our crime committing for now, and focus purely on our training.
Doesn't that ruin the point of seeking the #1 criminal spot?
Like Zeron said, it's also about getting all the opposing factions out of the picture.
And speaking of that, if we ever run into any of them before done our training, us two will handle it ourselves.
With that being settled, stop standing around, and get your asses into the gym area.
Alright then, we'll get on it.
History always repeats itself, doesn't it?
Ray, I think we should take a bit of a break from trying to stop the criminals for a bit.
I agree. After all, we need a lot of prep time to take these guys out, and we still need to recover from the deaths we witness.
You know what? You're right. We should take a break.
Glad we're finally on the same page.
Hell, we can use this time to look over me and Karina's plans.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean that we're not gonna be the ones intervening. Instead, I'm calling reinforcements.
Wait, you don't mean?
Yes, I'm sending in the military to hopefully get rid of them once and for all.
To you, Tracy, we only do that when there's literally nothing else we can do.
Given how they massacred our entire lineup, there really is no other option.
At least give our plans a chance first before coming to that conclusion.
I'm not risking possible death to them all over again.
All we gotta do is prepare more, and we should be fine enough.
It's not gonna matter given their sheer numbers and power. Just leave while I call the general.
Just a heads up, this won't go as well as you hope it will.
Hello, this is the General speaking.
Hey General, it's me, Raynard, and I have a mission for you and the rest of the army.
Didn't really expect you to meet me this early, but alright, what's the mission?
What I need you to do is hunt down all of the villains and take them out as fast as you all can.
But this doesn't seem like a mission you would need the army for.
You would be right if the criminals didn't leave most of our officers out of commission, or just straight up killed them.
Holy shit, that extra detail made a normal situation to a serious one real fast.
Exactly. Now, start preparing for the big war.
Don't worry, we'll get on the case as fast as we can.